Hi, Michelle. Thank you for so much for coming on my show, Director Talks. And a very Merry Christmas to you and the whole team of AMB. I'm so glad that you taken your precious time and you have been on my show today. So tell
Thank
us,
you.
okay.
Well, it's wonderful to see you.
Yes, see you too. And can you start by telling us something about AMB, like about the organization? What is it exactly?
Sure.
Yes.
AMB Publicity is an entertainment PR firm. Although we have worked in other causes outside of entertainment, like for departments of tourism and such. But as an entertainment publicity firm, our goal is to help artists, films, projects become known. Not exactly popular, that's not the goal of PR, but to get them known and in front of people so then they can decide if they like this artist, this film, or this project.
Fine. So I believe there are lots of awards that are coming up, and there are many film festivals also coming up during this season. So how do the Hollywood awards differ from each other, and what is common between them?
That's a great question. So, all awards in as a purpose, as a goal, are to recognize excellence. So that's kind of the goal with award shows, and film festivals is one of the ways that a project can become known. So they differ usually from each other in the type of genre that they're working with in entertainment. Some might be primarily music based, like the Grammys. The Oscars is film, Emmys is television, and then you'll have other areas that can be the tech Oscars or the youth Oscars, and those are of course nicknames. But basically the difference is what they're recognizing, and what they have in common is that they're all recognizing excellence.
So as a new filmmaker, how do I go about submitting my films in the award functions, and what are the benefits out of it?
Also, a very good question. So, there are many benefits, but I'll go into a little bit also how they work. Most awards are going to be of two categories. There's a Choice Awards, People's Choice Awards, Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards, um, usually based on sales, on popularity, on distribution, those sorts of elements. And then you have the Merit Awards, talent, artistry, technique. Those are a little bit seen as a little bit more prestigious. That's how the Grammys and the Oscars do their selections. And so a filmmaker or an artist, anyone usually, they just go to the website, they determine what the criteria is. Something like the BAFTA might require a certain percentage of British artists, but they find those requirements, and then usually it's a submission from a distributor, a producer. It can be from an artist themselves. And these submissions get pooled and are presented to a nomination committee. Nomination committee is invited by the board of governors, and they're usually qualified in the industry in a great capacity. They could be studio executives, artists of an extraordinary ability. They have a great dossier and understanding of that part of the entertainment industry and what is talent and technique and artistry look like. They determine nominees, and then nominations are presented to voting members. So this is why you often hear an artist say, I'd like to thank the Academy, I'd like to thank all of you, because they are really being voted on by their peers. But to become a member, each organization has a little bit of a different criteria as well. And for the most part, they've demonstrated a body of work, a great dossier showing that they also are an artist who understands this craft. So this is why just a nomination is considered such a great honor, because it's already been considered by the leaders of the entertainment industry, and they have determined this is excellent work. So the nomination itself is a great win for any artist, project, or film. And a lot of films in Hollywood, a lot of music albums, artists just seek a Grammy nomination or an Academy Award nomination, and they can carry that through life uh, to prove that third party organizations, stronger and bigger than they are, have determined them to be of excellent quality. Once the peers vote, that is presented at the award show, and that's where they open the envelope, and this body of work has been voted on by peers of excellent standing in the industry.
Yes, that is so true. Then, how does this success of the filmmaker translate into future profit for them?
Yes, it definitely translates into profits. And I think that's a big misunderstanding if you're not working closely with these organizations, that it's just an ego boost or a pat on the back. But it definitely translates into business, because any award nomination from a reputable award show is going to give you three great things that you cannot buy. It's going to give you legitimacy within your industry, it's going to give you publicity that you can't otherwise acquire, and an element of power, of a positioning power. So let's just take publicity. Um, once you've been nominated, you're attracting awareness through the brand of that award show. You're being able to demonstrate who you are as an artist, as a filmmaker. You're able to demonstrate your style. People are going to see you that wouldn't otherwise be seeking you out. Once you have that award nomination from this organization, you also have a measure of legitimacy. So instead of just a cold call or a self pitch, this becomes up at the top of your biography or your social media profile. This becomes your identifier. You're now a Grammy nominee or a Young Artist Academy Award winner, or whatever that organization is. And for your agents and your managers going into a sense of negotiating, you have a different power position. You're able to negotiate further creative concerns, negotiating your contract, even pay rate. As an award recognized artist or project, you carry more clout in the entertainment industry.
That's right. So, someone who is not nominated in the awards, can they also attend the award function, the after parties, or are there any rules set apart for them?
Those are very fun to attend. And of course, with the COVID pandemic, things might be changing quite a bit in this year and years to come. But definitely, even if you're not nominated, you want to attend an award show. Of all the red carpet events or industry events, that has gathered together under one roof the key players of your field, right? Producers, directors, financiers, artists of all sorts, the cream of the crop, you could say, have now gathered to one place. So sometimes people, I think, in my opinion, have a funny concept that if I'm not nominated, there's no point in attending. But when the networking opportunities are so concentrated at a single event, and everyone is in negotiating mode, they are in networking mode, they are there for their work, they're not just there for dinner. That is the perfect place to meet people, to make new friends, make new contacts, and then develop those into industry relationships.
Right. So I'm hearing a lot about Youth Oscar. Like, what is it exactly? Apart from the Academy Awards, is it something different?
The Young Artist Academy has been around for over 40 years, since 1978. It was actually an offshoot of the Golden Globes. It was created by one of the Golden Globes governors, Maureen Dragoni, and worked very closely in conjunction with the Golden Globes for many years, and still is supported in recent years by governors. It basically, the Huffington Post nicknamed it the Youth Oscars, but it basically is the only youth award show that is structured just like the major merit award shows, just like the Oscars, the Grammys, and the Emmys. So while the award show annually is the most visible part of the Academy, year round, its primary focus is to educate young performers under 18 years of age, and you could say their parents as well, into how the industry actually works. So they learn negotiating, networking skills, they learn how to present themselves as artists, how to communicate within the industry. When it comes time, as mentioned, to determine winners, they get to vote as members. They submit a body of work to demonstrate their determination in their craft. So by the time this child graduates, you could say at 18, and becomes an adult, they are very familiar with the industry, and this definitely protects them from people with unhealthy desires to swindle or to take advantage of hungry artists.
Yes.
So they're empowered, and they are proficient members of the larger guilds once they are eligible.
Right. That is very insightful. Uh, as we are seeing that most of the film festivals, they are going virtual from this year because of the pandemic. So has it affected the award functions? and how is it going to evolve in future? Like, are we going to do virtual events, or maybe it might change?
It seems that the pandemic has kind of advanced what probably was already going to happen for a lot of industries. A shift towards digital and virtual was probably inevitable. It's just going a lot faster now because we have lack of options.
Yes.
So there are major awards, the a lot of the music awards, the Emmy awards. They've done fully virtual awards this year. The Young Artist Academy had their 41st award show fully virtual. But they did have, I thought it was very cute. They had a red carpet imposed with the nominees on it, and it was a very nice little fashion show. But they are going virtual, and so far, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences has determined that the Oscars will still proceed in person April 25th. I'm not sure logistically how that's going to happen, but that's a pretty bold statement.
Mm.
But I think there's going to be hybrids
Yes.
for film festivals and for the award shows. Toronto Comic Con, they've all been a sort of hybrid. Um, Comic Con International, which a lot of people don't realize, has its own film festival during the weekend. They were fully virtual. So this does make an advantage because now more people can participate without the cost, expense, and effort of physical travel. They can still meet other filmmakers, distributors, financiers. It just means we're going to have to shift how we do this. We're going to have to get better at digital. It's not always a favor of me. I'm Gen X. But this is what we'll have to do. We can't shake hands. We're going to have to connect on LinkedIn, Facebook, other platforms.
Yes, just like how we are connecting right now.
Exactly, which I
Yes.
think is wonderful. I get to see.
Wonderful. I know it's
Thank you
much
so much.
better. Yeah. Uh,
Exactly.
yes. So, what are the future projects that AMB Publicity is working on?
So we still work closely with the Regional Emmy Awards is probably our biggest client as an award show. The Youth Oscars are also continuing. They've been going very strong. We're also supporting some of the other outside entities, film festivals like Comic-Con, the Toronto Film Festival, and Sundance. But AMB Publicity has basically just taken things more virtual and digital events. So whereas before there was a lot of digital, there was a little bit of virtual. Now it's all virtual and it's a lot more digitally. So this becomes an opportunity for artists, filmmakers, anyone working in entertainment, anyone working in business to really innovate. We can romanticize about how we used to do things, but the pandemic doesn't care and the internet doesn't care. And those of us that can adjust,
Yes.
it means we're going to have to power up all of our social media accounts, all of our accounts that we haven't maybe looked at in a while. Dust them off, rewrite your biography, redefine, maybe even clearly, we're going into a new year, who you are as an artist and what your goals are, and then just start searching away. The power of the internet in the palm of your hand makes it possible now to connect with professionals who are continuing to work even during the pandemic. And I strongly advise all artists to clear up your presence, look at your social media, rewrite your bio, rewrite your descriptions, and then just start reaching out to industry colleagues.
Yes. So, Michelle, before we leave, one last question. How is PR and networking important for filmmakers? And what is the advice for the ones who are like gearing up to get into the industry?
Uh, I would definitely advise artists to try to determine what their brand is specifically. Sometimes I think, in my opinion, people really try to do all of it. They want to be a singer and an actor and a filmmaker, and they want to do a lot of things, and it becomes difficult to identify what they're actually good at and what's going to make them money. What you're good at might not make you a lot of money. And what might make you money might not be what you really love to do. So determine your goals. Is it a measure of prestige, a measure of fame? That's okay. Is it that you want to make money? You'd like the wealth and the profit of the entertainment industry? That's okay as well. Or is it that you just want to make good art? You just want to get this idea, this vision, this sound, this song out of your head? That's okay as well. Once you identify what that is, it will help you to structure career wise wiser decisions. If you just want to make art, you might not make a lot of money. And if your goal is to make money, you might not make the art you want to make. So determine what your motive is, and then proceed in whatever the business opportunity, whatever the career opportunities in your area now the world offer, pursue that. And don't be afraid to reach out to industry professionals, even like myself. I think it can feel intimidating, but at the end of the day, we're all just normal people, and we want to see people succeed. We love this business, otherwise we'd be doing a different business. So we're happy to connect.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for taking your time out from the holiday rush hour and being on my show today. Director
Definitely my
Talk.
pleasure. Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful evening and Merry Christmas
You as
once
well.
again.
Thank you.
Have a Happy New Year too. Bye. Thank you.